What's up, everybody? Tyson Roush. Let's talk Jets. Hope everybody's doing excellent. We made it. Week one of the regular season is here. Jets, 49ers, Monday Night Football. So much anticipation, so much excitement. I can't wait, man. I'm counting down already. But before we get started, just give a shout out to Lincoln Park, man, who came back yesterday. One of my all-time favorite bands. They introduced a new singer, and I thought she did great, especially considering the amount of pressure and nerves and everything else they had to deal with. So I thought she aced it. I love their new song. I can't wait to see them on tour. So just want to get that out of the way. Back to the game. You know, this matchup is really interesting from a fan perspective. It's tough because we want to see them win so bad, and we have like this excitement built in, the energy around it. But then you got to look at the opponent. You know, we're on the road on Monday night. You know, the bright lights, everything else. So how does the team react to that? And the first thing you want to see is the Jets on both sides of the ball have to endure that early storm. Like the 49ers have come out, they're locked and loaded, and they're coming out all fired up. And you got to match their energy and intensity right off the bat on both sides of the ball. You don't want to give up a drive on either way. Just, you know, like 3-and-out punt, they march on the field and score. You kind of want to hold your own early on, you know, endure the onslaught, and then get into the game, and then settle down, and then give them your best shot. On offense, there's so many interesting elements here to see what's, you know, against a very good 49er defense. First and foremost is, how does the revamped offensive line play, you know, under duress of an aggressive defense that's going to kind of push you around a little bit? And then secondly, if they struggle in any aspect, will this coaching staff finally make adjustments, which they were stubborn with last year? So, you know, in the first quarter, you make adjustments. Second quarter, a lot of times with Solid and then Hackett, it was the third quarter they finally figured things out. You can't wait that long. Now, having Aaron Rodgers helps out a lot. He'll pick things up a lot quicker. They can make in-game adjustments, but you want to see that. Secondly, can they run the ball? I mean, I think it's no secret the Jets' offense is going to be built around Breece Hall. Can they get him going early, which would be paramount, which would be awesome. But the 49ers also know that. They may say, you know, we're going to sell out to stop the run and dare Aaron Rodgers to beat us. And Aaron Rodgers, who hasn't played in a year and hasn't played in this offense ever, you know, in regular season action. So for me, I think my first play call, to be completely honest with you guys, I told this to Green Bean last night, was I go first play action pass, and just launch it down the field to Gibson. Like, open it up and say, listen, we're not coming here timid. We're not coming here, you know, conservative. We're going to give you our best shot right off the bat. I'm not sure they do that. They may dink and dunk and things like that. In terms of Mike Williams, you're not sure what you're going to get out of him. He could be used as a decoy. He may get 3 or 4 catches. I think in this game, the keys may be Allen Lazard and Tyler Conklin. I think, you know, obviously the 49ers are going to key on Garrett Wilson. Rodgers will probably force him some passes and get involved. But I think your contributing players are going to have to play big roles. So that'll be Conklin, Lazard, step in a big spot. Also, pass protection. How do they hold up? You have behind Breece, you have rookie running backs. How do they hold up under the pressure if they blitz pick up, you know, chasing Rodgers around? The other thing, too, is Aaron Rodgers himself. He's got to get hit a couple times. You want to see him get hit, you don't want to see him get smoked, obviously, but see him get hit, dust himself off, like, all right, I'm in the game, I'm ready. You know, he didn't play in the preseason. He wasn't touched in the preseason in terms of contact. You know, 4 plays last year, he was out. You want him to see him get roughed up a little bit and get in the flow of the game and get settled in. In terms of just the passing game, a lot of people keep telling me it's going to be a high-scoring game. I think if things go as expected, I think it's going to be a hard-fought defensive, you know, struggle, a lot of running, a lot of hard hits. I don't really see a lot of big impact plays, but, you know, I've been wrong before. Defensively, you know, the Jets defense is easily one of the best, you know, top 5 in the NFL. Missing Reddick does suck, and that's a whole other story, but he's a legitimate pass rusher that can be disruptive off the edge, stop the run, which puts a lot more pressure on Kinlaw, Clemens, Will McDonald. I hope to see a lot of Takk McKinley, to be honest with you, in passing situations. But, you know, obviously, you got to find ways to slow down McCaffrey. You got to keep, you know, the Jets in the past have struggled with guys like Kittle. So there's a lot of moves. Like, the 49er offense is loaded. And then you want to generate pressure on Purdy and see if you can force him into some errant throws. But you like the matchups in the Jets secondary. And listen, I have so much respect for the 49ers. More importantly, I have a lot of respect for Kyle Shanahan and his play calling. So the Jets are going to be on point. So can they stop the run, which would be a good test? Can they keep, you know, how are they in their pass defense? And, you know, can they go out the field on 3rd down? Can they start fast? A lot of different things here. But in terms of the matchup, predictions, we've been getting asked predictions all week long. And My concern is this. I think the defenses can hold their own. Like, I think the Jets defense can go toe-to-toe with the 49ers. No problem with that. My concern is the Jets offense, where while it may be firing all cylinders by week 3, 4, 5, 6, they're going as a defense that's on top of their game, on point right now, while they're trying to find their way. Aaron Rodgers has to knock off his rust. You get the learning curve of just getting everybody in the flow, like your offense in sync, your offensive line in sync, your wide receivers all on the same page, under the bright lights with a crazy crowd. It could be a tough spot early on, and that is my fear, is the first, say, half, the Jets just trying to find their way on offense and falling behind. Now, I've been wrong a million times before, and I want to say the Jets are going to win this game. I'm not going to lie. I would love to see it. I'd like to see a very competitive game. This game, win or lose, doesn't define their season. Obviously, a win is a huge boost to get everybody off their back. If they lose, people are like, oh, same old Jets, they choked. But it's a marathon, not a sprint. So if they lose a close game, you know what? Dust yourself off, go win the next 3 in a row. Everything's going to be fine. But I'd like to see them win. But man, the first half really concerns me. That how this offense, can they get rolling and be competitive enough to stay in the game? And then the third, fourth quarter, you kind of have faith in Aaron Rodgers. Like that, this is like my mind, like I'm an enormous Aaron Rodgers fan, where you think, you know what? He could bring this team back. He can do it, but we got to see it. And you got to see what the play calling is going to be with Hackett. Like there's a lot of, for me, there's like the unknowns of the Jets kind of overpower what I know with the 49ers, meaning like, it just makes me say the 49ers most likely are going to win this game. I hate saying it, so don't hate me in the comments. I'm just trying to be honest here. Like, it's easy to say, you know what, Jets 27-17, here we go. It's going to be a really difficult spot for them, which we all know, but I want to see this offense just on the field for more than 4 plays, running at a high level, and then you can assess it. Okay, I know what Brees is at the backfield. I know that I can use certain players. We don't know that. We know what the 49ers are with Debo and everybody else. They're explosive as hell. So let me know what you guys think. Give me a score prediction. If I have to give one, man, I'll say, I hate doing this. I hope in my heart it's like, 21-17 Jets. But I get this weird feeling it'd be like 24-21 49ers, something like that. I'm just hoping for an awesome game where you walk away like, all right, this team's got something to build on. Like they weren't outclassed. They weren't just blown out. They showed up. They lost to one of the best teams in the NFL. And you hope to see them down the line in the Super Bowl or something like that. I'll talk to you guys later.